everyone, this is Fantasy-esque and welcome to Niche Warrior Story. This is a brand new series that we are going to be having that's going to be a little bit different to what we've had before. It's not going to be as strict in terms of rules as some of the things that we have seen in the past. It's going to be a lot more flexible than that, but it does have a story involved. So, we are starting out with a warrior and his most trusted ally. Together, they must build their reputation and establish a settlement, which is the dream that our warrior has had ever since he turned into a young man, which hasn't been that long. But that's what he wants to do. They cannot use a food resource for more than one turn until the warrior finds a mate. Once she is expectant, then the warrior can have a home and hearth. He can settle wherever, but once he does, he can never lose sight of the nest, aka leave it in the shadows. And that is practically all the rules that we are working with. It's kind of an idea I had on a whim, but I think it's going to be really fun. I thought it was about time that we brought Niche back to the channel and enjoyed the fun adventures that we normally go on with these Nichelings. So on the left we have our warrior by the name of Vane, and this settlement that he dreams of, that his entire life will be consumed with, is going to be called, oh geez, now I can't even remember what I decided to name flippin' settlement. It's going to be called Flantha. So the settlement of Flantha. And to get that done, he needs to, as we said, find a mate. And beside him is his most trusted ally, who is also a male. So this particular challenge, I guess you could say, or story, starts off with two male nichelings that have just hit the young adult stage, or the adult stage. And yeah, we have 20 food, 10 nesting material, but I've just gone ahead and cleared some so we can have a look at these guys. And we only have the two of them to work with. And the biggest worry we have currently is whether or not Vane is going to find himself a mate. But he is going to be the lord of this settlement. And he's also a warrior. Now, I have decided on a few color coding things that we're going to work towards as we play. Haven't worked out everything yet, but I will update the rules in the description as I keep going and changing them. Basically, the warrior and the lord is going to have a dark brown stone in the middle and two lighter brown stones on the side to show that he is a warrior. All the warriors will have light brown stones. You need to have 2 strength / 2 attack to be a warrior. And if you're not a warrior, then you have green gemstones to show that you are going to be doing other things. And if you are... See, there's the difficult thing, because we also have the females. Now, with the females, they will have the pink gemstones. If they are the lady, they will have 2 pink and a dark pink gemstone in the middle to show that she is the mate of the warrior and lord of the settlement. But she's the one who's going to be having most of the children, although others are allowed, of course, to live in the settlement and have their own families. But if they are a warrior, then they can have varying gemstones. They can have 2 warrior gemstones on the side and 1 pink gemstone in the middle. It depends. We'll use a combination, which we normally don't do. But that's pretty much it for the rules. And as you guys heard, these two, as males without a female, cannot have a home and a hearth. They have to be always on the move. And so they cannot use the same resource for more than one turn. They have to keep going. And we have started off on a, I think, peaceful meadow island, and we might go to more difficult islands as, well, the settlement grows, unless we settle down somewhere. But in hopes of finding a female, I wanted to start off on an overgrown jungle, but I thought with just 2 males and their life is, I think, 30 days in total, I don't want to risk not being able to do this challenge at all because we couldn't find a female. And for some reason, I feel as though starting out here in a peaceful place is going to be the easiest way to not have to worry about these two dying and giving them all the time and resources possible to find said female. So without further ado, let's jump into it, shall we? Now, Vane can also crack open some nuts. So he's gonna... Oh, there's a lot of fish as well. Okay, now the thing is, with fish, that's a moving resource, so they can actually grab fish. They don't have to worry about that. Oh, damn it. They can grab fish. They can grab fish. And they have just gathered whatever it was they could gather. Now, when I talk about resources, I am talking about resources on land, which I should probably specify. I feel as though resources in the water is okay, but another thing about the water is you're probably unlikely to find a mate in the water. If you want to find nicheling, you probably have to stick to land, so they're going to have to do that. But they'll have to be constantly moving land, so they can't stick by one tree for more than a turn. They can't stick by one berry bush for more than a turn. But, well, I introduced them, right? We have Vane and we have Oren over here. I don't think I said Oren's name, but there we go. We have Oren and we have Vane. Oren, of course, is a helper. He is not a fighter or a warrior in any way, shape, or form. As you can see, he has absolutely no attack, so he's going to help by gathering. Obviously, if it was a town, he'd have more help in this sort of things, but for now, he's just going to follow Vane around, his lord and trusted companion, and see what they can do together. But okay, let's turn the day. Right, Vane, let's go ahead. You can fish and chase these fish. Okay, let's grab these two. And you cannot fish, so let's be on the move. And you can breathe underwater because you have gills. Not gills, you have the water body, so that's good. And you guys should probably start moving along the coast. Yeah, I think that's all get done. Things are going to be going quite quickly, and I seriously hope they find someone. It is going to be very difficult. We should probably use our senses a lot more. But also, these guys don't have a whole heap of movement, so it's going to be difficult to find. If they remain by the coast, though, they might have a better chance of actually coming across someone or something. Yeah. Unless they die. I might have to adjust and make this this premise have a longer lifespan, because otherwise how they're supposed to get going. Okay. Let's jump up here, gather some food. You can also gather some food and keep going. There is a nest, but we haven't found. So the idea is when they do settle down by a nest, which the lady is going to pick, the lady of Flantha is going to pick, then as the town grows, then we can expand. So the more nichelings we have, the more territory we can cover, the bigger the settlement can be. The idea is to never lose sight of the main nest. So, yeah. So, Vane could always move to the edges, but as he needs to replace himself with another member of the settlement that's going to keep an eye on his home to show that they haven't been uprooted. As soon as they leave sight of the settlement or of the main nest, then it's going to mean that this particular settlement has fallen and they must move to another island to restart a town of Flantha again, or the settlement of Flantha. So there we go. Let me know what you guys think about that, by the way. I don't know if it's a premise that'll take your interest, but I thought it would be something really fun and different to work on. Okay, let's keep going. You can't stick to that berry bush. Now, which direction should we head in? I think we should go inland. Yeah. Inland's probably going to be the best bet we have. And we have a tree right over there, so we'll keep following the tree. We need to keep an eye out for a potential female. Let's knock this. Let's grab this nut and this berry, and we have gotten something from both those resources, which means we have to leave them and keep going. And I don't know, guys. I've set the pregnancy to 2 days, but I still don't know if they're gonna find anyone with this much time remaining. It seems highly unlikely that they will. Yep. I don't know. Maybe they should start off on an island and things are going to be a lot better. If they do die, then, well, we are going to have to start off again. But we'll work it out when we eventually get to it. Let's see how far we get first. If we don't get very far, then, well, we don't get very far. If we do, then that will be excellent for us. Let's grab that. Let's jump here. Grab these berries. We're building up quite a bit of stores, but again, we have the problem of not finding a lady love for ourselves. Okay, let's stick near the waters. It might be a little bit more beneficial for us. Another nest, but no lady. Oh my goodness, please tell me we'll find someone. We might not, I am really worried. I mean, Vane's dream all his life has been Flantha. But I don't know if he's going to be able to realize that dream. Let's grab that. And yes, they're not sticking around to uncover grasses because we need to find a lady love, otherwise we are screwed. And I feel like it's going to be just a waste of time to be going ahead and, oh, look. This berry bush we did not use previously. There's moles, but we need a lady. Oh my goodness, guys. They might actually die. They might actually die. Did not think this through. Obviously, I knew we were going to have issues, but I guess I didn't think it through well enough. Maybe when these guys do die, because I have a feeling we might have to go to another island. And we can just say that, you know what we'll do? Will be funny, oh not funny, but fun, story-wise, will be if we picked a date and an age for when this whole thing starts. And then we can say that every time the warrior and his companion die, and they're always going to have the same name. They start over, they're going to have Vane and Oren. Whenever they die, then the next time they're reborn or whatever, maybe not reborn, but we'll say that it's like the dream of Flantha has a spirit. So it'll be 100 years later. So when we restart, it'll be 100 years later after this particular time in history, and there'll be a new nicheling called Vane and his companion called Oren, who have the exact same dream of creating a settlement called Flantha. It's like all of them have visions when they're young of this place called Flantha, and they all want to create it and pursue it. And that way, this challenge won't be in vain. So there we go. I think that idea comforts me a lot more now that I know that the story is not lost, even if these nichelings are. And plus, the more we do this, I might actually discover different ways of how to do it effectively, rather than just bumbling along like a bit of an idiot. But that's okay. Well, you've snagged a nut from there, so you can't go back to that tree. Even if something falls down. Okay. There is some meat here. But, oh my goodness, we have so many bunnies in the water. There is meat here, and the meat has left. Great. Well, you can snag that bunnel, that's for sure. And where else? Let's jump here. There is a berry bush that you could grab stuff from. And you cannot grab fish. Oh look, you can get some, there we go, some worms. You can get some worms. And I don't know what sort of age this should be called. I should probably think about it. I'll probably decide by the next episode. All of these guys might just die in this episode, and that won't be too fun, will it? So, let me, oh geez, that's not what I wanted. Let me ponder upon this. I will ponder upon this. I haven't exactly decided where I want to go with this entire name thing. But, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I think it's a fun idea. Let's see. I'm sure I will come up with something at some point, guys. Something at some point. Okay, wait. You guys need to keep moving. So let's get going. There is a berry bush. There is this berry bush that you haven't gathered from. I think they're gonna die. We're gonna move 100 years from now again. Oh, well, we haven't done so before, but like something like Bronze Age or whatever it is, like the first year of whatever. I haven't worked it out just yet, because this dream of Flantha is the beginning of a new age, guys. Okay, do you need to go down that way? It might not be wise for you. Why don't you come around? Ugh, this is so irritating. Come around here. There we go. And then your brother can collect up this shell and keep moving. Excellent. But I don't know, White Age? White Age? Maybe. Maybe. Steel Age? Maybe we should stick to White Age. Just because the first Vane to realize this dream had white horns. So maybe it should be called White Age. The first year of White Age. Yeah, I think I like that. Not super creative, but I'm sure you guys will be okay with it. So in the first year of White Age, a warrior by the name of Vane realized that he wanted to establish a settlement called Flantha, and he set out with his humble companion Oren to complete that dream in a strange land. If he dies, then another child by his exact same name, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, will have a vision of Flantha, and they will also set out with a companion named Oren, but it will be 100 years from now. So let's go ahead and see. I do really like this particular Vane, and I hope he does find someone, but it is quite late now, and I don't know if he ever will. We might have to start on an island, guys. We may have to start on an island. Otherwise, we won't establish whatever it is we want. I thought it would just be better in a peaceful place for us to find a nicheling, but I'm starting to realize that might be a lot harder than I anticipated. And this video might be shorter than what I anticipated as well because of that, but it's okay. If we don't find someone, then next time we'll start off on an island and try. Because that just makes more sense, doesn't it? If it's a smaller place, you're more likely to come across someone. So, okay, Vane. Oh. It's a female. It's a female. It's a female. Mate with her? Mate with her. Good. And you call her in. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Okay, it's a good thing we actually have been gathering food, otherwise we wouldn't have been able to call her in. But there we go. She needs a flippin' name now. I'm so excited. I am so flippin' excited. Oh my goodness, guys, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I thought this dream wasn't going to be realized straight off the bat, but apparently is. So she needs the dark gemstone in the middle and, oops, my bad, the pink gemstone on the side to show that she is the lady of Flantha, even though Flantha hasn't been established and she needs a new name, just because I like naming these lovely creatures myself. She'll be called Vlugus. Vlugus. There we go. Vlugus? No, I think Vlugus. There we go. Welcome, Lady Vlugus. Lord Vane and Lady Vlugus. And she has some pretty interesting stuff. She's got horns, so hopefully their child will have horns, meaning that we will have a warrior line continue. And only warrior sons of the Lord can go ahead and take on the mantle. And look at that. On Vane's last freaking day, that is when Vane finds someone. And so his dream will be carried on because, well, we have Lucas. So we'll have to see what goes on. There's nothing saying that they only have to stick with each other as long as Flantha goes ahead. And Oren knows Vane's dream, and obviously now he's told Lucas his dream. So she's going to carry on this work as best as possible. And it doesn't have to be a blood relative. Like the son, the new lord, doesn't have to be a blood relative of Vane, but he has to be a warrior to become the new lord. So, Vlugus has, 2 days before she gives birth. Vane will have died by that point, but she needs to find a place to settle and decide where the town of Flantha is going to take place. And we saw quite a bit of nests as we went around, but they can stick to one area if they wish right now. But I think they will move, so she can figure out where exactly she wants to settle down. She doesn't know yet, but she is going to move around to try her best. We'll also take this time to say goodbye to Vane, because I think when we turn the day, he is going to croak, which makes me very sad. But he has left. Oh, Oren is also going to croak. My bad, I did not realize they are the exact same age. So, literally, our dreams of Flantha, who Vane and Oren have explained, which Vane and Oren, I can't even, the names are confusing me, have explained to Vlugus, she will carry it on. Because she's a female, even if she's by herself, she can establish the town of Flantha, and the only requirement was that she has to be expectant before she's able to do that. So, let us go ahead, say our goodbyes, and end the day in the first year of White Age. And with that, guys, I'm going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye.